Hello, Bison fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Charge and Head podcast. This time I'm joined by Bison forward George Norcliffe. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How's your summer going? Have you been able to do anything nice since hockey season's finished?
Um, yeah, just been chilling out really. Back in the gym, enjoying good weather. Hopefully, go on holiday, playing some golf. So, yeah, bit of everything really.
Is that going to be golf with a few of the boys that are obviously already signed, or is it
Yeah,
just some
yeah. I
golf?
played. I played with Howes and Bairdy and Doubts not so long ago. So hopefully get over there. It's difficult because they want to play straight after work, and I can't really get there that quickly. So hopefully I'll get over some more weekends as well.
Who's one of the best players at golf then out of the team?
I'm trying to think who plays. I haven't played with Ralphie. Milts is shocking. I think to be fair, Bailey and Hallam are pretty good. I'm not as good as them yet. So yeah, I think they're probably some of the best. I'm trying to think who else plays, but yeah, just them two.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a few little competitions going on throughout the season.
Yeah,
So
yeah, hopefully.
let's start talking about the hockey then. Obviously, I've asked every player this. How did the move back to Basingstoke come about for you? I'm assuming it was quite a straightforward sort of move for you.
Yeah, yeah. I think we heard sort of rumours a few weeks before the end of the season. Because it wasn't really sort of on the radar. I was thinking about what was going to happen next, but heard some rumours and then Steve got in touch and yeah, it was a pretty easy decision to come back really.
Yeah. So obviously looking at your stats and looking at your career so far, you've played some of your best hockey in Basingstoke, looking at sort of points wise and obviously watching you play as well. Why do you think that is?
I mean, there's yeah, because I came into Basingstoke, I was you know relatively young. I don't know how old, I think I was 22, 23 when I first started there. And then really, I had Ash and Tosh sort of coaching and really just improved under them. They gave me more responsibility. Just, yeah, I guess naturally just got better each year, kept working at it. So just managed to improve. Obviously took a dip in Romford, but I was playing a position, I was playing centre. For the 2 seasons, which I enjoyed, but I found it more difficult to produce offensively playing centre because I was trying to be responsible defensively. So yeah, I think that's why. But I think yeah, I just felt very comfortable at Basingstoke. It wasn't an hour and a half to get to the rink either. So yeah, it's just easier. Um, yeah, and yeah, I don't think there's any sort of magic answer. I just really enjoyed it and had good coaching, good responsibility. So
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first little Bison night where you're announced signing, and Tate said, obviously, you're a guy that he'd seen you've had little snippets in your game, and he said that if he could work on those little bits, he can make you into a really good player and a solid player at this level. So, how sort of grateful are you for obviously Ash taking you on, obviously from the Bees into the Basingstoke Bison?
yeah, yeah, really grateful. I had a really good relationship with Ash as well, with both coaches, and he's obviously just very knowledgeable. So sort of just trust in the systems and the processes that he puts in place and listen to what he has to say, and work on those sort of things. And it, yeah, worked out well. Obviously, not quite as good as it worked out for him, but yeah, worked out. So
Yeah, so in obviously all the years that you played in Basingstoke, you obviously had the first 2 years and then COVID hit, and then you returned back to Basingstoke after that. And you had a jump of you were hitting around 25, 24 points in the first 2 years, and after COVID you were hitting like 47, 45, sort of around that area, 57 points. What was was there any reason why you had such a big jump after COVID? Because COVID was a weird time for some players. Obviously, some players dipped, some players went up. Was there anything that you did differently over the COVID season that you could do really?
No, just good line mates. No, I don't know. I I like the gym anyway, so I worked hard in the gym. I was doing as many sort of garden workouts as I could as well. So maybe I need to get back to doing workouts in the garden. Um, but yeah, no, I think just yeah, I worked really hard. I don't have bags of talent, so it's just hard work, really.
I mean, it's definitely paid off, so I'm sure no one's
Yeah.
going to complain. After Basingstoke, you dropped into the National One for a bit, and then you moved up to the Romford Raiders. What was the reason for coming back to the National League? Did you sort of have something in the back of your mind that you obviously wanted to carry on playing in the National League and wanted to stay at that level, or was there, like, I don't know, something else come up?
Yeah, it was difficult because obviously after the first year at Romford, they then sort of the coach left, so Sean Easton decided he was stepping down, and then the owner decided he was going to, give up the club, sell the club, and it just took a long time for them to put everything in place, like putting a new coach in place and what was going to happen, whether they were going to be allowed to go back into the National League and stuff. So there was a lot up in the air that other teams were trying to speak to you, and you were saying, oh, I just want to wait to see what's happening with Romford, and obviously they can't wait that long. And then I started speaking to Paints in Streatham, and it was just sort of bought a house that needed a lot of work, and I was getting married or did get married. I was did get married in sort of late September. So um, after speaking to Paints a lot, just decided actually reducing the schedule for a bit won't be such a bad idea. But I just missed the National League too much, and I always wanted to play for Basingstoke if they came back into the National League, and I enjoyed that hockey a lot more. So I just thought Romford were calling and wanted me to come back, and I wanted to go back. So that's how it came about. And then I thought I was going to be there another year or so until Basingstoke came back, but Steve fortunately sped that timeline up, and I'm back in Basingstoke. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Thank God for that. And obviously
yeah.
you were saying last season that you were playing centre a lot. Obviously I was watching a lot of the games still, even though Basingstoke weren't around, and you seemed to do quite good in centre. You were quite good on the draw, I thought. You were quite good both ends of the ice. Did you sort of learn stuff from playing centre? Because obviously we know you play wing in Basingstoke.
Yeah, learned a lot. It's just more about, I guess, being, because you have to be a lot more active in the D zone as a centre, depending on the systems that you play. And I took a lot of pride in trying to shut down, other teams' sort of best players. But obviously that, sacrifices a bit of offense for that. And then obviously, natural competitiveness, you want to be good on the draw and win. So, managed to get the percentages up in the centre circle. So yeah, you learn a lot.
Yeah, so you're going to be playing wing for Basingstoke. Obviously, we know there's still a few guys to sign. You've still got a long summer ahead of you. Are you planning on playing wing for Bison, or did you want to carry on playing in centre?
Yeah, that's above my pay grade. That's down to Jeff. I don't know what he's got planned for me. He might be putting me in D, but I don't mind. I'm very happy to play either. And it's another coach with different set of eyes. So he I'm sure he's got a lot of tips. He's a well experienced coach, so I'll play whatever position he wants me to play.
Have you managed to speak to Jeff? I know speaking to a few of the other guys, they haven't really had a chance to talk to him. They're going to wait. They're not going to bombard him with messages. Have you been able to talk to him at all, or are you sort of the same?
Yeah, yeah. No, he called me this week just to have a chat, basically. So yeah, I don't know what day it was, but yeah, he called me. We were on the phone for half hour or so. So yeah, it was good to talk to him, and then sort of hear his plans.
Hmm.
Seems great.
Yeah, so are you excited to sort of play under him? And obviously, like you said, a new coach that you've not played under before.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously a fresh set of eyes as well. Lots of experience. Has always been in Canada, apart from the season over here and stuff. Has played in or coached in a lot of different places. So definitely excited to play for him, and he seems great. So and he obviously is really bought into Basingstoke. He knows what it's about. So yeah, it's just really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, talking about what knowing what Basingstoke's about, obviously in the last season you were obviously being you were the captain of the Bison. How did it feel sort of being the captain of a season that it was tough? Like we know it was tough as obviously fans, as players as well. How was it being a captain for that group of players? Was it hard? Like sometimes was there scenarios that you sort of had to really sort of bring the boys together, or did you have a good locker room to sort of captain that year?
Yeah, I mean the locker room in Basingstoke was always great. Obviously, yeah, being captain was a challenge at times, easy at other times. I think I had to learn, different things as well. Obviously, I'm quite lucky in my in my actual work. I've led teams before and managed people before, so have a bit of experience there. But you have to, I think you just have to, sort of learn on the job and know when to talk, what to say, and stuff like that. But the team was closely knit, so they made it fairly easy for me. But yeah, in general, being captain was a huge honour. Wasn't expecting it, but Ash when Ash told me, I was over the moon, and yeah, it was just a massive honour, really.
Yeah, so obviously there's going to be a load of chat with who obviously a leadership team is going to be going into the new season. But is being the captain something that you would happily do again? Obviously, if you
Yeah,
got the opportunity to. I'm not saying
yeah,
you're
yeah,
captain.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, yeah. Obviously, I'd love to. It'd be a huge honour again. But it you don't have to have a letter to be a leader, is what they always say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's we got a new management team, we've got a new coach, so maybe they want to go with a new captain, new group. So yeah, it's not down to me, but I'd gladly accept it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good guys in that room that could do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a big question as well. Obviously, the last game of Basingstoke against Leeds, obviously, we are at home. The last game, everyone knew it. Everyone packed the rink out, and you go out and score the opening goal in that game. How did that feel to score in front of obviously all of those Basingstoke Bison fans, in front of the players, and just hearing that rink erupt?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's one of my favourite moments, to be honest. But I have no idea how many goals down we were, but it didn't
I
matter
think we were like
at the
11 or
time.
10.
Yeah, yeah, but it felt like we were winning 1-0 throughout the series at the time, because the everyone went mental. So my wife, my parents in the crowd, so it was going nuts as well. So yeah, it was a great feeling. It just meant a lot because we were all sort of down about obviously the team folding for that year or however long. So we just wanted to go out and play with some pride and put on a show. And so to get the lead, it felt like everyone sort of had a bit of hope that we might do it, but a bit of a
Yeah, I
deficit to
mean,
overcome.
I was definitely talking. I was definitely like, there's still chance we could do it. So
Yeah,
sort of gave a bit of hope to some people.
yeah,
But obviously, we were going to come out of that rink smiling anyway. I think everyone just had to have a good time that night.
yeah.
But how excited are you to be going into a new era of Basingstoke? Obviously, you're going to be there from the start this time. You're not going to be joining halfway through, obviously, into an era. You're going to be there from the start. So, are you excited for that?
Yeah, so excited. Um, the fans deserve it. Everyone deserves it. So yeah, I can't wait to play in front of those fans again and be back at that rink and be back with a lot of the boys and obviously some new faces. It's all of it is really exciting. Speaking to Steve, the things that they're doing, it just sounds like it's going to be great. So yeah, I can't wait.
And if people have got you on Instagram, I know, well, I remember the start of your time at Basingstoke, you had the roadie shows going. Are they going to be
Yeah.
making a return with a new era, or
Um,
is that
yeah,
retired now?
it what yeah, it's I'm so bad on social media posting anything, as you can probably tell. I think my last photo was 5 years ago, but yeah, maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe they'll let me do it on the Bison account. So see if I can do that. But yeah, I did enjoy doing those. Those were a lot of fun. But yeah, I think the boys enjoyed it as well. So I used to get a lot of messages asking for different guys to go on it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll talk to Steve and see if I can take over the Instagram for a bit.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, we know you've obviously been in Romford. You've got a good little partnership with Ralphie. Obviously, I've interviewed Ralph, and he said that you guys have grown to be pretty close. What can we expect from Tom, Ralph, and D?
No, I don't really like him actually.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
fair enough, mate.
um, no, he's great. He's a good skater, good puck mover, just smart, responsible, experienced player. Really, yeah, he's a great guy. He'll fit in the room really well. Yeah, I think the bigger ice will suit him as well because he is a good skater, absolute shot blocking machine. I think it's probably in terms of how good people are at shot blocking, he's almost on par with Neil Lydiard. So he's yeah, I think every shift he comes back to the bench and he's nursing a new bruise because he's just been hit by a slap shot or something. But yeah, he blocks everything. Yeah, just a good D man. I'm excited to see him play for us.
Yeah, and I'm sure the fans are obviously going to be excited to see some goals at the other end from yourself. So sort of we're going to finish off this interview. Have you got a message to obviously the Basingstoke Bison fans that are listening to this?
Just be loud. Be like the Bison fans that we got to know. Really, we'll do as good as we can for you. We'll play as hard as we can and make it exciting. But we know that they're going to be loud regardless.
Yeah, I'm sure they will be at full voice, especially on that first game of the season. So,
Yeah,
Bison fans, if you just keep an eye on all the social medias, all the news is going to be coming your way throughout the summer. I'm sure we'll have a few events coming up as well. So just keep your eyes peeled for that, and obviously we'll see you in September.